Hey, what's going on everybody? Today we're going to be reviewing this. We did the unboxing not too long ago. This is the T2 MKII from TinHIFI. Inside of this, and I'm going to pull the IM. We're not going to go over the accessories because we already did on the other video. Nice cable. Overall, really kind of cool shape to it. And just overall, very good build quality, excellent isolation. It's back to the MMCX, whether you like that or not. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I'm particular to 2 pins, but I can see because you can move it in the different directions and everything. Okay, this one has a 6mm driver that handles the mids and the highs, and then it has a 10mm driver managing the low frequencies. So that's basically it for that. So here's the weird thing. I cannot find the impedance for this anywhere. Sensitivity is 102 decibels. It is 12 to 40 kilohertz, effective 20 to 20. Cable length is 1.2 meters. It's MMCX. It terminates in a 3.5mm straight plug. And it has dual dynamic drivers in it. Like I said, a 6mm and a 10mm driver. Doesn't tell me what the drivers are or anything. I don't know, maybe it's just too new at the time of getting this. But let's get into the review regardless, since I can't really find any information it doesn't even have on the box. These are super clear. They have very good details to them. There's kind of a nice brightness to them as well. Great separation. They just really sound fantastic. They're kind of a neutral, maybe slightly on the bright side, not overly bright, not harsh in any way. Excellent just separation and clarity with these. They're made extremely well, as you can see. They're comfortable. The isolation's very good as well. You could wear these all day long. They look good too. I mean, honestly, that's kind of cool. Looks almost like it has like a speaker on the outside. Just very, very good. Now, it has excellent mids. They sound really, really good. Getting into the mid-range, because the mids are very, very good here. Let's see if I can find. The maximum power rating was 3 milliwatts. Power rating is 3 milliwatts. Maximum is 5. The cable is an 8-core, 5N silver-plated cable. And it's an SE 3.5mm, and they're all made out of aluminum. Inside the package, you're going to have the 2 MKII IMs. You can have 6 pairs of silicone tips, sizes small, medium, and large. 1 pair of medium is on them already as default. And you also get those 2 cool blue foam tips from Tin. I love those blue ones. They just look nice when you add them to something. Skipping through my notes. So the bass on this is very kind of neutral. At some points, it's kind of odd, because at some points it sounds like there's a little bit of a lift, depending on the type of music that you're listening to. But at other times, it just sounds extremely kind of neutral sounding. Thinking about the bass, this is a very complex kind of tuning on this one. It's unusual, and I don't hate it. That's for sure. I don't hate this, but I don't think a lot of people are going to like this. This is just going to fit into that small niche crowd that wants to hear this. Like I said, bass, you're going to think that there isn't very much bass until there's actually some bass going on there. The bass response is kind of on the neutral side, with some kind of sub bass that rolls off really, really fast. And just the mid bass is just very speedy and clean and controlled, yet it's just there. It's kind of in the background. It's definitely not a bass-driven IM. It's definitely not balanced or any of that mix. It's just kind of there, and there's detail there, and there's a presence, but there isn't a lot of impact with it. So that alone probably puts it into what would I listen to this with, you know? Now, of course, technically, this is very, very good. It's a very good technical thing, but fun-wise, bass is probably somewhere in the 0.1 to 0 range when it comes fun-wise. Getting to the mid-range isn't warm at all. It isn't thick in any way. As a matter of fact, vocals sound a little bit toward the leaner side. Not natural either. They're just kind of vocals that are just super clear, lean, and there's detail there. They're definitely not shouty. Just overall, just very clear mids. Definitely, this isn't a mid kind of focus thing unless you're doing some kind of critical listening. There's excellent separation and detail and clarity there, but I don't know. It's just not. I like a little bit of thickness to them. I do like details, but I like it to be a little bit thicker. Maybe some smoothness, maybe some coloration there. There isn't any coloration here whatsoever. The only thing that's colored slightly is the mids. We get into the treble. The treble is fantastic on these. Maybe these were tuned for treble heads. I don't know. The treble has emphasis. It definitely isn't kind of neutral. It is very airy, open, and crisp. There's just a very good thing. There's a good response to the treble. I don't think that it sounds harsh at normal levels, but they're like super clear, super detailed, crisp, open, airy kind of treble going on here. And I think that the sound stage on this is also very good. It's not, it's not this super wide thing, but it does have a nice kind of spacious sound. There's very good imaging, clear, and again, sharp details, just like the treble. There's sharp details here. I don't think it's going to be for everybody. I think it's unique, and I don't think it's bad. I think it has its place depending on what type of music you're listening to. The problem is I haven't had the time to pick a music. I just put it through my standard testing of using the different equipment and the different tracks and everything. So ultimately, if you're looking for something that has very good speed, details, small details, macro, mic, whatever you want to call them, excellent treble response, has some sharp details, but not harsh, just sharp details. Maybe, depending on if you're going to be using a bright source and you're going to be listening to above average levels of volume, it is perhaps maybe going to push over into the harshness. But for me, it wasn't. I would recommend the foam tips with this, or I would recommend another third-party tips. Even though these tips are very, very good, they're not very good for this unit. And that's about it. That's all I can say about this. They're still bass there. They're definitely not like ones that I've tried in the past, like the F1, which basically the bass was missing. There's bass there. There's detail there. There's just not impact there. They're kind of like bass light, but not bass anemic. And as for the mids are just your standard kind of mids. There's no coloration to them. There's no thickness. There's not a lot of emotion to them, to be honest. And it's not a bad thing, because for some reason, certain things don't sound too bad on here. So I'm baffled. This is a very complex tuning. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the T2 MKII. And I think that there are going to be people that are absolutely going to love this. And there's going to be people that are not going to like this at all. It's not going to be your cup of tea. You'll have to decide based on all the different reviews that come out. Probably one of the first, if not the first. But I don't know. I have to find something that these match with because I really like the shape of them and I like the look of them. But out of the T2s, this is definitely not my favorite T2. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.